Significant figures only apply to measured numbers. Counted numbers are not significant. We should be able to figure out the number of significant figures in a given number, which is a measured number, as well as when the measurement is involved in a calculation. In the end of the calculation, we cannot have an answer that has more significant figures than what we started with. Let's first see how we figure out the number of significant figures in a given number. There are rules that help us do this. Rule number 1. All the non-zero digits in a number are significant. So this first number has 4 significant figures. When it comes to zeros, if the zero appears in the middle of a number, that zero counts towards significant figures. So the second number has 5 significant figures, including the zero. Now we have to look into leading and trailing zeros. What are leading zeros? The zeros that appear in front of the first non-zero digit are the leading zeros. And leading zeros are never significant. What we mean by that is in this third number, there are only 3 significant figures because the leading zero doesn't count. In the following number, we have a little difference. We have a decimal place. Nonetheless, the leading zeros are still not significant. So this number has 3 significant figures only. If the number appeared without a decimal place, it still would have only 3 significant figures. Because like we said, leading zeros are never significant, with or without a decimal place. When it comes to trailing zeros are the zeros that appear after the last non-zero digit. These zeros are a little different. Trailing zeros become significant if there is a decimal place. So in this number right here, we have 3 significant figures. If there are trailing zeros without a decimal place, we do not count them. So this number here has only 2 significant figures because the leading zeros are not counted as well as the trailing zero. Let's look at this next number with a decimal place. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 significant figures. If the number appeared without the decimal place, we have only 3 significant figures. Next number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 significant figures. There is a decimal place and all the trailing zeros are counted. This number without the decimal place, the same number, we would have only 2 significant figures because now the trailing zeros are not counted.